Good morning, everyone. We're coming in here just a couple minutes late, unfortunately, today, but we're going to go ahead and get kick started right now. So let's go ahead and check out some information regarding all of our news events, and then we're going to jump right into the charts. Today is going to be very fairly quick. There's a handful of red news events occurring over the next couple of days. Or the next couple of hours, should I say. So we have GBP having monetary policy. We have GBP also having governor speaks. And then coming down to EU, we also have the monetary policy as well. And then we have USD unemployment claims. European is going to be press conference, and then USD job openings. And then coming down a little bit later today, we also have Canada and AUD as well, some red folders. So the main ones to be worried about for the most part is going to be the EU and GBP. Those are the main ones that you want to be mindful of. If you are trading those, be careful with some wick outs. Beyond the wick outs themselves, um, we're going to pretty much be looking at what opportunities present itself. So let's go ahead and get kick started. So as of right now, let's jump over to GU since we are going to go ahead and start here. I was in this GU trade right here, which was a solid 1 to 2.8. This one ended up coming right down to my Fibonacci zone. I got out right here at the Fibonacci because I was anticipating that the market will look to turn around in this zone. We're starting to get some rejection in this area now. So if we get a nice setup off the 4 hour or 1 hour, we are looking to try to get in, or I'll be looking to try to get in, should I say. So coming over here, it could still pull back a little bit further to this key level. That is definitely possible. But as of right now, this is the area of interest that I am interested in currently. So price is currently pushing down very nicely. And then I'm expecting some plateau or just in general reversal style. Um, Price had this nice move up. So we have this larger Fibonacci here from A, B, coming down to the 61. It almost tapped the 61 currently. So I'm expecting it could either start hesitating on the 4 hour/2 hour and then start giving us some bullish signals maybe by tomorrow, if not later today. We'll kind of see and monitor. Outside of that, let's see, daily, jumping down to a 4 hour. We broke this downtrend here, broke through the consolidation zone that it was in. So we can delete those because those are irrelevant as of right now. Price also rejected this area that I had drawn on. So for all of these reasons, these were the multiple reasons why I got in for this sell. Double top here at this Fibonacci zone, failed to continue, came back, gave another setup, and then continued all the way. So that's pretty much it right now. This Fibonacci is done. We're deleting it. We are still underneath the 4 hour EMA. 2 hour wise, 2 hour is still way under the EMA. This one pretty much broke all the way through, giving us our full take profit zone. And then now it's kind of creating this little bit of a tweezer bottom, essentially. It's not exactly perfectly a tweezer bottom, just my example. And then outside of that, 1 hour candlestick. Um, Again, we're just heading straight down right now. So there's no current buy opportunities at this very time. No setup, no nothing in that regard. I'm currently waiting to see how I can get an entry point. Price would have to, for me, come up, make that higher low, and then start heading back up. On the 1 hour, the most relative market structure, right, was coming from up here. Market came down, went sideways, continued down, went sideways, and then continued down. The only thing that I can really see if price breaks above this high here, then we could get something where price breaks the high and then gives a higher low and then starts heading up. So either one of those are perfectly fine for me. If it breaks this high or if it just comes up, makes a higher low, and then I would be looking to get in for a buy at that point. Right now, I am waiting for that confirmation off of the 1 hour in order for this overall directional trade. Because you can see on the daily, we are overall in this bullish uptrend. Now, one thing on the daily to also remember, we could still pull back a little bit further to, again, this key level before making this overall correction up. Because this key level would be in between the 61 and 78. And then it would also be next to this trend line, touching the key level. So for all of those reasons are possible. Let's see. So that's pretty much everything on GU as of right now. Not too much going on there. We're just looking for buys as of this moment. So we're going to jump right into gold. So gold gave us a nice entry point. So we're going to start with the weekly just real quick. Weekly time frame. Turning off all the chart stuff. We have pushed insanely up, gave this weekly wick out right here, and now we're wicking down, and we wicked past the low point and then pushed all the way back up. So we have made a nice correction continuing up, but then we came back to come back to this doji. So on the daily, let's see, we have a doji right on the daily Fibonacci, or the daily what is it called, EMA. So right off of the daily EMA, we're currently crossing that and giving a doji, and we're currently failing to break the high as of right now. So these are giving me little signs of unsurety if the market wants to continue back up. I would be in the anticipation of continuing the move up. But right now, if you did a Fibonacci from A to B, you can see right here where I extended it, price came up to that 50% mark, almost tapping that 61% mark with a inverted Fibonacci. And with that said, it started to push back down. So we're getting some rejection off of this daily counter Fibonacci right here. So with this, we're currently pulling back. I'm anticipating, on based upon a 4-hour time frame, that we could be getting into a buy setup now. So we were in a nice buy setup off of this area right here. So we had a nice move to the upside, kind of gave a little bit of a higher low, pushed up, gave this nice higher low, tapping this 50% Fibonacci zone, and then started pushing up. And we were looking really good, but unfortunately price came down and stopped us out of our trade, which was right below here. And now it's kind of plateauing to the right a little bit. So it wicked all the way down, came up, and we're just kind of going sideways right now. So if we can get a nice buy signal similar to like this tweezer bottom right here. I don't love tweezer bottoms essentially. Plus, I guess you can call this one kind of like a weak tweezer bottom in a sense. But if we can get a nice signal bar right here, I would look for another buy opportunity, because now we came down to the support resistance zone completely. We tapped the 61%. I am definitely looking for buys. I was definitely looking for buys around 4,800. Now, this is my point of interest, my full point of interest. The only thing right here is that I didn't get in for like a, what is it called? Like a buy stop. I'm just purely getting in only if I see the opportunity after the confirmation. So right now, I'm waiting for that confirmation. So we are still in this 2-hour downtrend. So I have this new low that was formed, lower high, lower low, lower high currently. So depending on if this gives us a higher low and a break, I would look for an entry right here. and that's on the 2 hour. Let's look at the 1 hour. So 1 hour, we would need us to do a couple things. We would need a entry candle, so maybe a bullish bar breaking above this higher low, or this bearish engulfing bar. We would need to close above this EMA. And outside of that, ultimately, I want to get above this high once again. Now, for confirmation purposes, I only need a bullish bar that closes above this high currently, just because we had this bearish engulfing bar here, a little bar here, and now we need to create some sort of momentum in order to break this previous high, which can then possibly break this high, which then could possibly come up and break this high. But right now we don't have the momentum because we are currently trying to break this wicks, like the previous wicks high, and we're just like, not sure. So depending on how this bar closes, we might continue down a little bit further, or we might just slowly kind of chop around a few candles before we potentially head up. Again, because of the news events that are coming in with the USD, this could give us that jolt that we need in order to start pushing back up. So keeping that in mind. And then let's go ahead and jump right to NQ. So NQ has been looking really good the last couple of days for us. So I was expecting us to continue lower. We do have this overall move down that I was anticipating. I unfortunately did get out of my move from here because I was expecting to try to get a payout. But unfortunately, that didn't work 100% to what I needed. So for that reason, I went ahead and canceled the payout. And I am looking to try to get some more profitability on this account before I request that payout specifically. So coming in right here, we had these higher lows that then, so right here, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. This trend line was then broken. We came up, broke through again now, and now we're looking like we're going to continue to break these lows. So let's see what opportunities we are going to present with how market structure is going to form. So right now you can see, if I turn this off, market structure is just pushing straight down at the moment. We have this minor lower high here, but it's very minor. It's not like a swing point lower high. It's just kind of like it came down quickly, gave a retracement, and then started heading down. So what I'm anticipating is we could continue to head down a little bit further past these lows and then give us a nice correction and then a continuation pattern. And then I would be looking to also get in that move. Now, we could still continue a little bit further down, but it's not a guarantee. We are having some resistance at these lows right now. So right where these lows are, you have price kind of stalling right now at this low, which is also relative to the kind of these lows and some rejection areas from the past. So just keeping that in mind. So right here, if we did a Fibonacci though, the Fibonacci itself would come in from here, A, B. We tap the 50%. We technically gave a little bit of a signal bar, but it looks like we haven't pulled back to the EMA enough in order to try to get in for an actual sell. So I'm waiting to see what opportunities present itself over the next couple hours to see if we can actually get a sell opportunity off of this area. Right here, we had a nice pullback zone. Price slowed down. We entered and price just dropped like that. And then it kind of stalled a little bit, continued to drop. So this is what I'm currently waiting for right now, is to see how price wants to react. We pulled up that 50%. We're kind of stalling. Once we get that price action showing us we want to go lower, then we could look for another sell opportunity. So right now, price has came down, came up, made a higher low, made a lower high, and this is what we're currently making right now. So it's literally higher lows and lower highs creating a little bit of a consolidation zone. So just got to wait and see on NQ to see if we are going to be getting a sell opportunity or if we were going to go ahead and start a retracement here in the next couple hours. Outside of that, let's jump right into S&P 500. S&P 500, I'm kind of in debate if I should even continue to do S&P 500, S&P 500 and the NASDAQ or just one or the other. Typically, I look at both because sometimes one has an opportunity while the other one might not. Yeah, let's just continue to do it right now. So we are in this overall uptrend on the daily. So we had this double top right here. We had a higher low. We had a new higher high all the way up here. We had a higher low here. And then we had a new high formed just by a smidge right here. So I drew a consolidation box from the most recent higher low to the most recent higher high on the daily. And we can see based upon how we're reacting is we got to the high, came down and wick, and price is slowly pushing down but wicking at lows. So this is giving us bullish structure in the sense of the wicks trying to push higher, but bearish structure because we're continuing to fail to break the highs. So for those reasons, I'm out of S&P 500 and I'm not currently looking to place any trades on here at this time, just strictly off of the daily. So whatever the 4 hour is doing, I'm not really interested right now just because all of those wicks. And just kind of refrain back on NQ on the daily. There's not that many wicks that's forming with unfinished like bear structure. We're getting a push to the downside, push to the downside, push to the downside, right? Push to the downside. Like we're getting all of these bearish structures. Or is that a pullback? That was a pullback. So he gapped down, came up, you know. So we have all of these bearish structure that's been forming. So for this exact reason, that's why I was interested in trading that. But right now, not the S&P 500. Let's check out silver. Personally, on silver, I'm not really looking like a fan right now at all. So I decided to get in a trade overnight on silver, but it stopped me out. So let's take a look. So silver has made this major pullback down, giving us some resistance here, or giving us some support here, support here. Price started heading up, giving us an opportunity to possibly get a little bit of a pullback and then continuation. So that was what I was looking for. As of right now, price has now made a major, a little bit more of a major pullback from this 4 hour bearish engulfing bar once again. So I would need to get a little bit more structure before I place another trade. But this is what I was thinking right now. We were in this major trend down. Price started creating this little bit of a lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So I got in off of this higher low, expecting it to continue higher. But instead it made a lower high, so a head and shoulders, and then it just tanked all the way down here to the 78% Fibonacci. And then it didn't close below, so that's a good sign. I'm going to have to check the 1 hour to see if it closed below the 1 hour, because that would be a red flag right there. So with all of the information that I have right now on the bearishness of silver, I'm currently not looking for another buy at this very moment. I would have to have structure kind of form a little bit more, a little clearer, a little easier for me in order for me to get into another buy opportunity. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now with silver. With silver right now, it's showing as a possible sell opportunity because we have overall bearishness coming into the market. We had this pullback here, right? So let's just look at if this was a Fibonacci from the opposite angle. A to B, we haven't even gotten to the 50% of this total move here. So that would be one big downfall. Even if you move this off of the 2-hour candlesticks here to here, we still haven't gotten to the 50%. So depending on how price is reacting, this is just what I have right now. So 2-hour wicked and wicked. So that's a two net positives right here about the two wicks. Adding in this Fibonacci right here just to show you. So I'm just showing you relative information. So we created bearish structure, right? Came up, made a pullback, and then we created bearish structure once again, and then we continued lower. So if we get up to this 50% and start rejecting, then I could possibly get into a silver sell, and we could try to trade that down to maybe like $55 in a sense, or somewhere in that range, before price makes this major correction back up or something. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have on silver right now. Where I'm overall bullish on silver. Just most relative information, this is not bullish, right? Like we're up, we're down, we're slowly grinding to make a new high. We make a new high, drop, come up, drop significantly, start making a little bit of bullishness, and then just drops, right? Like this is showing signs of bearishness at the very moment. Over here was showing signs of bullishness, right? Pushing to new highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Like we're getting all of this bullish signals over here. So all of this was bullish. But at the very moment, we are currently in a bearish sentiment market at this very time, based upon what I am able to see. So we could be looking for a sell, but I'm not 100% sure upon it as of this very moment. So we'll see if we get a higher low. If we do get a nice for like 2-hour, 1-hour higher low, and then we give a bullish engulfing bar above that EMA, that would be my signal in order to get in. So right now, giving some rejection off of that EMA, giving positive signs of bearishness. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got right now on silver. We did get a 1-hour bar closure, which was immediately rejected and then wicked immediately after. So I don't love this candle closure right there. I kind of anticipated that, to be honest with you. But outside of that, if we do get this clear higher low and then a continuation push up, I would look for another buy opportunity, and that would be the last buy opportunity that I would get in, unless price broke through this high right here. Because at that point, if it broke through this high, then we could continue to fly, right? Like that whole mentality. Let's go ahead and jump over to UJ. UJ on a daily. I also ended up getting out of UJ for the same reasons as I did in Q. But as of right now, I am anticipating UJ to continue to ride higher and higher and higher. On the 4-hour, let's see, 4-hour UJ came down, gave this little bit of a lower high, higher low. So this is exactly what I would love to see, something very similar to this whole thing right here, in order to get into silver or for say gold, right? Is it's coming down in this major push down. We get this little bit of lower low or lower high. Then we get a lower low. We get a lower high, higher low, bullish engulfing bar breaking above this EMA after a little bit of consolidation. And this is ideally my like sweet spot right here. So right after this bullish engulfing bar, you enter, place some stop loss here, place some stop loss down here, and then you just hold it. So that's pretty much what I'm expecting right now. That's what I want to get on the other trades. I'm not currently looking for any trades on UJ at this very time. Based upon the movement, I need a pullback. So on Let's see. UCAD. UCAD might be setting up for another sell opportunity, to be honest with you. I think the only issue here is going to be the news events. So, what news events was it? Was it just that one or was it tomorrow as well? Yeah, and tomorrow. Okay. So, not too bad. Yeah. Um, right now, we're creating this double top. Boom, right here. We have already added this Fibonacci zone. So A, B, C, right? So this Fibonacci zone right here, we got to the 78 and started heading down, but now we rejected partly and then continue to head up. And you can see right here, if I drag this over some, we have now surpassed the 78 with a candlestick closure. So personally, I would love for price to come down, create a lower high before continuing. The only issue I see from that is right here. And you can just look at past data to kind of read this. So we came up in this overall uptrend right here, came down, made a little bit of a lower high, fell to continue, headed up, higher low, created this little bit of a double top, wicking everyone out from this high point, right? And then it fell dramatically down. And when it fell, look at this, there's no entry points along the way here until you get this little bit of a possibility, and then it continues further. And then this little bit of a possibility, and then continues further. So what could happen is a very similar move is we have here, price is heading up, creates this top, gives us a signal, comes back, wicks a lot of people out potentially, and then starts heading down. So if we can get this entry point, this is currently a 4 hour. Let's look at a 2 hour. 2 hour, we have 22 minutes before this candlestick closure. If this candlestick closure is a bearish engulfing bar closing below this EMA and below these lows, I would be interested in selling this with my stop losses pretty much up here for some extra breathing room just in case it wants to wick up and then continue lower. That's pretty much where I would be at. 1 hour candlestick is not good enough for me. This one is still creating a little bit of higher highs and higher lows. So here is market structure on a daily or on a 1 hour right now. So it would have to break below these lows is what I was referring to on the 2 hour. So if I switch this to a 2 hour, it would have to break the same lows here in order for me to get into that sell opportunity on UCAD. So I am interested in UCAD. I just have to wait for it to break those lows. So I'm going to put this as right here. I'm going to go ahead and put this as green light. I'm going to put this as a reminder or a notification. So once it breaks, then we're good to go. We can go ahead and start selling. Was there any other ones that I needed to do that with? Silver. I'm going to keep my eye on silver and gold. So that's going to be pretty much in discussion. NQ. I feel like NQ was a little bit not exact. I'll set something up just in case it does break this low right here. Green light and notification. Create. Perfect. So now once it breaks, it will create me a notification that it broke down that low. Gold. I don't really need anything on gold. I'm going to be watching gold. GU. Let's just verify. GU is actually creating a possible entry point right now. If we can break above and hold at this candle closure in 20 minutes, I would actually buy this and put my stop loss right here and look to try to buy all the way up. If we cannot close with a bullish engulfing bar, then I'm not interested. Very simple. So only if this closes with a bullish engulfing bar that closes above these highs and above this EMA. So yeah, no green light right now on this one. I can actually delete this one. This is an old one. All right. So last but not least, let's go ahead and just look at US 30 just real quick. US 30 has been moving quite a bit. Me personally, I'm not interested in trading it just like the S&P 500. If you look at this, and let me just go ahead and turn off this. Look, nice clean price action heading up, giving us higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Like, and then higher highs, right? Higher high, higher high, higher high. And then guess what happens? Wick, 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 wick. All these wicks on the low side, all these wicks on the high side. So that creates me my consolidation zone. So until price breaks out and starts giving us kind of like this style of, movement where we got some wicks in here, but overall nice clean move, nice clean move, nice clean move. Until we get that kind of price action again, I'm just kind of holding off on US 30 right now. So yeah, just recap. Nothing to do on US 30. UCAD, I am looking for a sell. Boom. And then UJ, nothing. SM or silver, I'm looking for a possible buy. So possible buy with the thought process that it can just drop lower. So I'm kind of either direction right now on silver. S&P 500, NASDAQ. NASDAQ, I'm looking for a potential sell. I am anticipating that we could get a pullback at some point after we reach this low. And if you want to look, watch this. Whenever I go to, I think it's this one, object tree. No, where is it? Is it notification? I could have sworn it was this one. Data window, object tree. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing anything. But literally, whenever you click on like these items, it usually pops up of like what you added. Those are notifications. I don't know why it is, but usually it'll tell you on like when you added this item specifically. And if it did show it, that would be cool. But it's not currently showing it for some weird reason. Don't know why. But yeah, right here, I added this little while back where I was anticipating a pull down, a pullback, and then a continuation. So we're currently right at the point of this down area. We could continue lower, or we could make that nice pullback and then continue lower. So it can go either direction, in my opinion, right now, especially while it's consolidating. It has to make a directional choice, and then we'll go ahead and start going back in that direction. Jumping back at gold, gold specifically, I am looking for a buy. Again, I'm overall looking for a buy. It's currently, and you can just kind of like silver, it's currently having that momentum shift of like we could be starting to sell because right here, A, B, right? Let me just drag this all the way over. We got to the 50%, gave a bearish engulfing bar, breaking lows, and then a lower high. So we're over here trying to sell, but now we're wicking at this low, right? Just like we wicked at this high. So for this reason, I'm still bullish. And I think these sells are only going to last so long. And then we're going to start buying off again. But this is not something that I'm sitting here and saying like, oh, it's unprobable. I just don't think it's going to be as likely as the other one, right? So with the other one said, right, on specifically gold, I could see this one buy back up or sell off a little bit further. And then, yep, GU, I'm looking for a buy. So that's pretty much everything I got for today, guys. So y'all take it easy. I hope everyone has a great rest of your trading day. Overall, with pretty much I have everything here with my pre-market analysis. I pretty much made this entire plan of action utilizing my website. So if y'all have any questions or looking to try to create a trading plan, feel free to go to thedragonsnesttrades.com. Check us out. See if you're interested. Get a 91% promotional code. Only $11 to get full access to everything, including a AI trading coach. You can literally ask them anything. And this is going to be the core feature, is to create and build your trading plan. Y'all take it easy, guys. Have a great rest of your day. I will see y'all next week.